Hi guys, it's your girl Michelle coming at you with another Dollar Tree DIY, and I'm going to be using these picture frames as well as this contact paper, which the contact paper I got from Walmart. So I'm just taking the paper that's on the inside of the picture frame, and these are the 3.5 by 5 inch picture frames. You can use whatever size that you like, but I'm using that paper that comes on the inside as a guide to cut out my contact paper. So I just took the back off of the picture frame, and I removed that tab, and I'm just going to place a sheet of the contact paper on the inside. I didn't peel it off or anything, just stick it on the inside and put the backing back on the back of the frame. But you also can do it this other option. You can peel it off and apply it to the glass and just stick it in there. Whichever way you desire to do it, that's going to be totally up to you, is your preference. And I also put those pieces back in the inside and just sealed it up, and just repeated those steps on each frame. But I chose to keep my glass inside, so I was just showing you two different ways, however you want to do it. I'm also going to be using these plastic vase and these napkin rings. So I used two of the napkin rings, and I also spray painted the napkin ring and the vase gold. But I would recommend, if you wanted to paint these, I would recommend just hand painting those, because for some reason I'm not the best at spray painting. I will tell you that, guys. But it's like it was leaving like a film over, not necessarily a film, but it just wasn't coming out a smooth coat of the paint. So I put several coats, and then by me putting several coats, it started to run. So some parts of it didn't come out as smoothly as I wanted it to. But I took some of the contact paper and I just cut little pieces out to fit along the sides, and I left one side, I didn't put any contact paper on the fourth side, so I left one side empty. And then I added some gems for embellishments. You can do this however you want. Next, I took the frames and I laid out 6 frames, and I'm using some of the Fix All glue, but you can use whatever strong glue that you desire. If you want to use the E6000 or the Gorilla Glue, you can use whatever kind that you want. But Dollar Tree do carry the Fix All, so I'm using the Fix All, and I'm just running some glue along the sides, and on the middle pieces I'm running a layer of glue on the top and the bottom, so I can connect all of the pieces together. Next, I followed up with just a little bit of hot glue, just so I can get that instant stick, and I joined the pieces together. And just be careful that you don't use too much of the hot glue, so you won't have it overflowing. And you don't want to stick your table together, whatever surface that you're using. So, but that may happen if you, like, I've used a towel down on this surface, so of course it kind of stuck to the towel, but I just waited till it dried some, and then I just kind of lifted it up and peeled it away. Let me just repeat these steps. So I just used 6 frames on this part, and then I'm going in with an additional two more frames to go on top. But you guys will see how I'm doing all of this. Just you can kind of just look and see what's going on. This is actually pretty to me just the way it is. If you guys want to just make a little wall or a table runner or something like that with just joining these frames together, I like this contact paper with the gold. So it's pretty to me just like this. But I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put 2 more frames on top. And I'm just kind of spacing those to where I have a little space in the center. And I'll be placing a napkin ring in that center piece. And I just lined it up and just kind of eyeballed it to see where I'm going to place the glue. I just kind of lift it kind of above so I can see where the glue placement needs to be. So you want to make sure that you put the glue on the frame part and not just the backing, because that's going to be the part that touches the other frame. So you want to make sure that you have the glue on that part. And you can have some on the backing part as well, the hot glue part. But you do want to make sure that you have that point of contact with the frame. I think on that part I just pulled off one of those little tabs, like if you want to hang it on the wall. I think I just removed one of those. I'm sorry you couldn't see everything in this angle. Then I just followed up with a little bit of hot glue just to get that instant stick. Actually, I put a lot of hot glue. And you just want to press in to hold it down in place. Just long enough for the hot glue to dry. And then I followed up with the second frame. So next I flipped it over. After it sat for a little bit, I flipped it over and I placed some craft sticks. And I just cut the tips of the craft sticks off so I can have space to be able to put them on each of the frame sideways, as well as going down the middle. And it should look something like this. And you can leave it like this if you wanted to. But I'm going to go on to the next step, which is to use the napkin ring, which I did spray paint the napkin ring. And I'm placing some of the Fix All glue onto the back of the vase where I left the empty space without putting the contact paper. And I just followed up with some hot glue. Of course, you know, that's just to get that instant stick. Preferably for things to hold longer, I prefer to do things without the hot glue. But when I'm just doing the crafts or whatever, if I want to go ahead and keep things moving, I use the hot glue to get the instant stick. But it lasts longer to me without the hot glue. But on some surfaces, you know, hot glue works perfectly fine. But if you want stuff to last longer, you want to use the permanent glue more over the hot glue. And just hold that in place until the glue sets. And I used command strips to mount this on the wall. So I just put one at the top and one at the bottom on the part where I didn't have the craft stick. And this is the final look. So I just stuck some of the flowers in there from the Dollar Tree, just a bunch of the flowers, and you can do this with flowers or without flowers. It's your choice. I will show you the look without the flowers in there, as well as the look with the flowers on the inside. And I think it turned out nice. I love the look of the gold and the marble together along with those rhinestones. So I really like the way it turned out. If you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and be sure to share the video. If you like this video and want to continue to see more, be sure to hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to turn on that post notification bell. And until next time, you guys, love you guys. Oh, and also you can do like some lights if you wanted to have light coming out of this. You can put some of those push lights on here as well. You do have options on how you want to do yours if you choose to do this project. So again, thanks for watching, you guys. Until next time, bye.